This video highlights a resort our family went to in Puerto Rico. It really was probably one of our favorite vacations. This is as you enter the resort, El Conquistador, and as you walk in, it was Thanksgiving around that time, getting into the Christmas time, and so they had nutcrackers out, some decorations there. But as you walk in, you're going to have this breathtaking view of the resort, and it just kind of gives you a preview of what things are going to be like for the week. So this is coming out of the lobby on the other side. It's opposite of where we just walked in. There's a restaurant to the right there. They serve great pizzas. You can kind of hang out. We often did that at night or got to take out at night. And so a couple different areas to eat and to drink. This is one of those. There are also areas to eat and drink down at each bar. As you come around to the left, you get a great view of the pool here. And one of the cool things about this pool is they do have a swim up bar. You can see it right there. It was great to just kind of hang out and swim up to the bar, get a beverage of your choice. This little gazebo building that we're walking toward, that's where you're going to get all of your towels. And they always have fresh towels for everybody. This is kind of looking over the ledge there. You can see their hot tubs tucked away. Great view of things looking back at the resort now. This is down on the lower level of the pools. There are 3 pools. There's an upper, a mid, and a lower level, or actually 2 lower levels. And this is just a view from, actually I believe we're maybe in the elevator here going down. Gives you a great view of the resort, or from the resort. This was a nice little design outside of our room. There's, again, a couple of structures. Everything looks so great here. This is going to be your middle pool. I call it the middle pool. It's on the lower level. Again, just kind of looking out. This was the towel place that I spoke of earlier. Right to our right there, that's going to be a restaurant. We did eat there. It's really good. And so we're actually on our way to the water park at this point. So as you walk by, this is just the view you're going to have walking. Now it is a little bit of a walk to get to the trolley car. So just prepare yourself to have a little bit of a 5-7 minute walk to get to the cable car. You can see the harbor down below. That's where your boat is going to go in and out to take you to the island. We'll show you that here in just a little bit. But we did take the elevator down to the lower level. And this is where we're going to continue on to the cable cars. There's some artwork as you walk on your way to the cable car. This is kind of looking back at the work. It's a beautiful one. Again, this is probably one of our favorite vacations we've ever been on. Very relaxing, great food, lots of restaurants and things to do to keep everybody entertained for, let's see, I guess we were there for maybe 5 days. This is Oats Juice Bar on the way. If you need coffee, juice, etc., you can get it right there on your way down either the water park or the island. And I'll just step in here to give you an idea of what it looks like inside. We're now on the cable car. This is the cable car that's going to take you down to either to catch the ferry or if you're going to the water park. Some of the properties down here they were restoring when we were there, and so I'm sure they've made a lot of progress in that area now. Parts of it were under renovation while we were there. So there are always two cable cars, so usually your wait isn't very long. You've got one that's always coming up, one that's going down. As you begin to go down, over on the right-hand side, I found this piece of property very interesting. I'm assuming it's part of the resort, maybe for future restoration, but it looks like it's got a pool, and of course the rooms don't look like they could be utilized at this point, but I do wonder if that's future renovations that are in store for the resort. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there. This is the area you'll see once you're off of the cable car. We come down. This is a bar area. You can get a drink while you're waiting for the ferry there, and also a restaurant. It tends to get a little busier later in the evening. And looking back over to the left here, this is where the ferry is going to be. So now we're going to start our walk to the waterfront. This just kind of gives you an idea of what the property looks like. You can see here they've got some boats stored in the harbor. They've just redone these and are reworking these over the right. That was again in November of 2024. So I'm sure they've probably completed them by now. That's just looking back over. Again, we're working our way toward the water park here. It's just around the corner of these buildings. Again, this property is just massive. It really spans across, goodness, I don't know what the distance is, but you can find yourself lost at times just because it's so big. Alright, and here we are approaching the water park. Now my kids absolutely love this, and this is one of the big reasons that we decided to come here, because you've got a water park on site. Now, you did have to stay here at the time in order to have access to the water park. And this is the entrance to the water park. This is as you walk in and enter. I kind of want to give you a pretty good view of what you're going to see there. To the left, right when you come in, this is going to be the kids section. Now, this is a very shallow pool, great for little ones to play in. Of course, my kids are a little bit older, and they did not play in that section of the pool, but you can kind of get a quick view of it and see how shallow it is. Great for the little ones to play in. As you can see on the left there, there's a little water slide for the small kiddos. And you'll just pass right through that. That's a great shot of the fountains there for the little ones. You can see kind of how deep it is. And there it is. There's the water slides. That's the big attraction for at least my kiddos. So we'll cross this little rope bridge. What a great view that is. Ever seen a water park on the edge of the shore like that? This gives you a better idea. There are 3 water slides, 2 that twist and 1 that is straight. This is a pretty good view of the water slides there. It's really good entertainment. That gives you a better view of the water slides themselves, plus the lazy river. And now over to the kiddie pool. So that view is shot from the rope bridge across. This kind of gives you a full perspective of the water park itself. And this is standing up on the stairs of the water slide. I had messed my camera up there in a different mode. But you can see, this will show you about a little bit about how fast you come out of the fast slide there. This is just a view of the pool. Again, that's the kiddie pool there. Which is really cool that that's on the edge of the shore there. Now my son wanted to take the GoPro with him and go up to the water slide and ride down with it, so I let him do that. This is just his perspective as he goes up to the top of the water slide. I had to speed it up just a little bit so you didn't have to sit through all that. And so down he goes through the water slide. This will give you an idea of what it's like to ride on the water slide. Now, your entrance to the park is included. We didn't have to pay anything, at least at the time, outside of it being just part of the resort. And so that was, of course, a plus. And this is him coming down the big slide. This will give you an idea of what it's like. He had a big time with that. And I thought I would give you a perspective of what it's like for Dad to go down the slide. And we go right into the lazy river here. This was one of our favorites, just because the water's flowing. We were able to kind of swim and go. Sometimes we used the tube, sometimes we didn't. I would suggest wearing water shoes in there. My son's feet got raw from not using them, pushing with his toes as he was going along the bottom. They have artwork along the way in addition to just nature itself, which I thought was really great. Very well laid out lazy river. There's a fork there, and so you can either go right or left. One of them is slower and one of them is faster. I can't remember which is which. I want to say the left side's a little bit faster than the right, but we had fun going both directions there. And so you can see as we round the corner, we've got some waterfalls coming. These are always great, especially if it's a little bit warm. And this also gives you an idea of the pace of the water. Yeah, we're kind of pushing with our feet a little bit, but at the same time, we are moving along with the current. It was a nice, lazy river. Again, you can kind of see the art on the wall there. They blended it right in with the nature. I'm going to take you through a full loop of the lazy river, and then I think we continue to go into a second loop. I believe you take a right instead of a left like we did earlier. That way you get a full idea of what the lazy river is like at the resort. You can see there are more waterfalls there. He was having an absolute blast in the lazy river. That was probably where most of his time was spent. We would go down there in the morning, do the water park for a little bit, and then we would head over to the island, which by the way, at the island, we'll get to that in a minute, but the food is fantastic. That was actually our favorite restaurant on the island. This is where we're going to take a ride this time, so that I give you a different perspective here. I'll show you what it's like on the other side of things. And I do remember this was the slower side, so if you like a little bit more speed, you're going to stay to the left. If you like the slower speed, you're going to go to the right. You would think my son's a baby seal or something in this video, the way he's swimming around. This is leaving the water park. It gives you an idea of just the view there. And so this is the bar right by the marina. Then this is where you wait for the ferry. And so sometimes there can be a wait. I think it's on top of the hour or quarter till every hour. The ferries run, so you don't want to miss the ferry, and you also want to get there a little early because the lines did back up and it was cut off where some people did not make it who had come to get on the ferry. So you don't want to play around with the time, get there a little bit early. Now there are two different kind of ferries that ran. One was bigger, one was mid-size, and one was large. So this is the larger one that we're on. We just went out to the front for the ocean view. So we just kind of hopped on up to the front, grabbed some front row seats, and got ready for a trip over the island. So this is as we depart the resort, heading to the island. There's a little bit of a ride out here. It's not just terrible, but it is, be prepared. This is pulling up to the resort. You can see as you pull up, all the chairs and umbrellas are out. Now these are not for rent. You can just take them as you come. You can see the building back there in the background. That's going to be the restaurant. You'll check that out here in just a minute. I will tell you that restaurant is probably our favorite restaurant at the resort. Here we are getting off the boat. This gives you an idea of what you're going to see when you get off the boat. To the left, that is not part of the resort where those boats were there. That is not part of the resort. So you have different people who pull up and kind of hang out there. You saw a really nice boat kind of hanging out. Again, those are super nice boats. Boats were kind of all over the place there. You'll notice everything has a walkway. It's boarded, unless you're on the beach, all the way up to this restaurant. You can get towels at the towel shack here. This gives you a couple directions there. And this is the view from the restaurant. Kind of looking down, I'm going to pan around. This is the middle of the island right here. There are a couple activities in the middle of the island that you'll see here in just a little bit. This gives you a bird's eye view. And this is going to be kind of showing you where the ship came in. So you'll see you actually see the walkway we went down right there. There's the towel cabana, and then this is going to show you a couple things that we enjoyed while we were there. Of course, we had various drinks. This food was fantastic. When I say fantastic, it was some of the best we had the entire trip, and it was the best on the island for sure. After lunch, we kind of set out to explore the island. This is the middle part of that little island. You're going to see there's a basketball court. I'll show you here in just a minute. But you can kind of walk around. It's actually got grass. We haven't found any stickers. It's not to say there weren't any, but a couple paths to walk down there. And here we are looking back over at the beach. Again, that's the area that the ferry comes in on. And you saw the umbrellas when we pulled up. This area is in the middle of the island. And so it's got a basketball court. So if you wanted to go to the island and shoot hoops, that's something you can do. Very nice basketball court. Okay? And then that's looking back toward the restaurant, just 8. And now heading back toward the beach. There are some chairs that aren't in the sand. If you prefer to have something not in the sand, you can see those over there to the right. Again, this is coming back on the beach. You saw all of these when the boat came in, or the ferry came in to drop us off. There is also a bar on the island, so if you get thirsty, just make your way up from your chair. You can get a drink right here. And this is walking back over to the bar just so you can see what that looks like. Got a couple of chairs. This is on the tip of the island, so you can see we're looking back toward where the ferry dropped us off. The beach is pretty nice. That area of the beach doesn't have as much coral or rocks. I will tell you, there is a good bit of coral and rocks, so if you're looking for a smooth surface while you're in the water, maybe on this area of the beach you can get by with that, but you do have to kind of be careful when you're in the water due to the shells and coral. Again, this is just walking down the back side of the beach, kind of showing you the layout here. Before we headed back, we had dinner also. So again, we really love this restaurant. The food was fantastic. This gives you an idea of kind of what we were eating there. And then my son's waiting for his hamburger. And he said it was the best hamburger he's had in a long time. Here we are heading back out. We were on the boat heading back toward the main resort now. You can see most everybody's wrapped up. This may have been the last boat of the day. Alright, I'm taking you right into the lobby here. This bird was over 100 years old, and he will say hola. My son found him fascinating. It gets a little crowded during the day with some of the kids, but it was quite the treat for my son. He went down to see this bird every day and just thought it was the best thing ever. And he has a friend right next door. And this one says hello, if I remember correctly. And so one says hola and one says hello. This lobby was massive. I'm going to actually take you through the lobby now. And that tells you a little bit about the birds. So if you want to learn about them, it tells you their age and a couple other things. Walking through the lobby here, they've got everything from a coffee shop to ice cream shop to a piano to a restaurant on the side. What they call Club 21 is back this way. And this is going to be the coffee shop. Now, do something a little bit different here. This is what it looks like as you begin to walk in. I've kind of spliced some videos together just to give you an idea. And so you can see here kind of what this looks. We were on our way back to our room. They have everything from pastries to just all kinds of juices in there, as well as coffee. You can see my son has found the ice cream shop. So you'll see that I mix kind of back and forth the daytime and nighttime. What I want to do is show it to you in the daytime, but then also just show you what it looks like during peak hours. So this is at night. Again, there are the pastries and all the juices. And so we're back in the daytime, we're departing, and you can, to my right, see the piano there. Anybody can play that. My daughter had a good time playing that. That's a quick picture of her. And so right across from the piano, that's what they call Club 21. You can see this is the daytime. And then this is my son's favorite. This is the ice cream shop. They had all kinds of ice cream. So that gives you a good idea of what you would be in store for if you make it to the ice cream shop. And this is a little bit closer of a view. They also have clothing, so if anybody wants to go shopping, there are clothing stores located on the property. And again, this is Club 21. This is what it looks like at night. And so this is a family-friendly environment. They usually have a band playing at night. You can go hang out. Again, I'll switch back and forth between daytime and nighttime just to give you an idea of what it's like at both. And this is nighttime, kind of the same area, so you get an idea. And you can see we'll have a mix of ages, we'll have families, we'll have kids, so it's family friendly. And also the band was playing music that would be appropriate for all ages as well. One of the things that my kids and I love to do is we played this shuffleboard game. Now, I will say they didn't have a lot of salt for the table or sand for the table, so you had to go ask for it, and there really wasn't a lot, so we kind of had to make do with what we had. We had a lot of fun playing this and just letting the kids have a good time with it. Again, back to daytime here. They also have pool tables, lots of pool tables. So if pool is your thing, they have a nice setup there, and the tables are also really, really nice. Now over on the side, they had something a little bit different. I didn't see this at first. They've got an area for younger kids to kind of be entertained. They have puzzles and things like that, but they also have a video game system, and so kids can hang out, play video games, and be near the music over here, be near Club 21, so to speak. Again, it is a family-friendly environment. And it looks like they've got a little something for everybody. Now, one night they had, or not one night, I think every night they have marshmallow roasting for kids. And so this is just a little snippet. There's a area where they can go and roast marshmallows. They provide marshmallows in the stick. And so our kids did that. It went over pretty well, but again, they will send out a memo at the hotel and tell you what night. I don't think it's every night. They'll tell you what night they have marshmallow roasting. And this is walking back in from the marshmallow roasting event. And this just gives you an idea. Here's another restaurant and bar, as well as another bistro. And that is the game room that I showed you earlier. This is walking back into the lobby, actually from the conference center. And so I take you on a tour where we didn't spend a whole lot of time, but I thought it was kind of cool. So they have the fountain as you walk in, and we're actually going to go right up the escalator. We're going to go to the second floor. And this is not something we spend a lot of time exploring, or actually a lot of time upstairs. There is a restaurant upstairs. We, however, did not eat there with our schedule to kind of plan things accordingly, plus with 2 kids in tow, we kind of had to do family-friendly meals, if you will. And we're walking through the main lobby here. And we're going to go up these escalators here. Again, this property just has so massive. It has so many different things. We were there 5 days, never got bored. It's still one of our family's favorite vacations we've ever had. So up here, there's a cigar bar, and as well as additional pool tables and a restaurant. You're going to be able to see inside of that here in just a minute. There's a patio to go out on. And again, that's going to be if you walk out there, you're looking out at the ocean. And so we just continue to kind of tour and see what we could find in the hotel. Again, this is the second floor of the lobby. Access to some rooms is that way. And that's looking back down, not in the main lobby, but off to the side of it. And that's where we came in from the conference room, or conference center. And now we're kind of walking back from where we came. I hear that restaurant is outstanding. Again, we didn't get to try it, but I hear it's really, really good. That's your cigar bar to the right. You can see some of the pool tables in there, or a pool table. And another piano. We didn't explore too much on the second floor, just kind of browsed around a bit. And with that, We wrapped up our adventures on the second floor. This is what I call the middle pool to the left, so we are walking up toward the top pool. Again, this property is just so beautiful. I promise if you go, you are going to have a great time, full of relaxation. Again, we're taking the stairs up. This should come out the top pool by the hot tub, I believe. So you can see everybody's hanging out over the pool bar. That gives you an idea of kind of how big the pool is. Plenty of room for kids and adults. So now we're coming back down to what I call the middle pool. Again, there are 3 pools at the main resort. You've got the top pool. That's the one that we just left. We're coming down to the middle pool here. We're back at the top pool. This is late in the evening, or late in the afternoon, and so we've gone up here. You can see the pool bar is right ahead of us, and I just want to give you an idea of what it's like at night. So they've got, if there's sports on in the fall, you can have that on, swim right up, have a beverage of your choice, watch your game. And this is kind of leaving what I call the bottom pool and walking toward the back side of the resort. We're actually walking towards what I believe were there's some residential properties there that are part of the resort, and so they are to the right of me there. In fact, that yellow building to the right is part of the residential property. The landscaping was just fantastic too. So you've got this stream running. If you take a look at the design that they put into the grass, that was actually right outside of our room. We thought it was really cool. But this just gives you an idea of the property, how the layout is. So here we're kind of walking back towards where most of the guests are going to be. If you want to think about this as almost the end of the building of the resort for guests, that's kind of where we are. There's an atrium right there that has lots of living plants, and so I'll show that to you here in just a minute. We're going to actually walk over here toward the golf pro shop. And so it's not in my video, but there's a massive golf course here. Really nice golf course. That's going to be looking out from the pro shop. So they have tennis courts, pickleball courts, a golf course. So lots of activities to do if you like to be active. There's a little glimpse of the golf course. And this is the atrium I talked about. So that's kind of looking back over. Anytime we're walking to and from the room, that's our view. Really nice area, very well maintained. I've included a few photos of the room in case you wonder what those look like. And so this is actually the bathroom area The rooms are pretty small. However, you don't spend a lot of time in your room, so just know that if you're spending most of the time outside, it really doesn't matter. That's a view from our room, and you just really can't beat that view. These are a couple of additional pictures that we included from the resort, just to give you an idea of how beautiful it was. Again, this goes down as probably one of our favorite family vacations we've ever had, if not the favorite. So if it's something that you decide to go check out and do, hopefully you have as good a time as us. Thank you for watching my video, and good luck in your travels.